You don't have that kind of energy. Why not?
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Woo!
You know, I'll wait till the music stops.
I can force myself to have a good time anywhere.
Maybe that would have been the trick
What?
to get you, the two of you, drunk and then do that.
We did have a good,
Yeah.
we did have a good time on that Halloween special.
You two did. My alcohol tolerance is a lot higher than both of yours, apparently. When Hayden shaves, he looks like the high school bully kid on the sports team in every, 2000s movie. Dudes who are, clearly, in their late 20s and early 30s or pretend to be 18, hey, Mr. Johnson, is the homework due tomorrow?
Hello and welcome to Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games.
There's that energy we were talking about.
My name's Hayden Brandon, and
No, my name is Hayden Brandon.
I'm impersonating you, and you're just thrilled to be here, rubbing your face.
I think you're just jealous because of my hair, Tom.
I've gotten over the fact that it's not going to come back.
So then shave.
I buzz it down. Do you have any idea how annoying it is to shave your whole head with a razor?
No, I don't actually.
Try it sometime.
I'm good.
Give it about an hour. We'll show it.
You just cost us state.
All right, the loud one is Tom. Here's Mitch.
Hello.
There you go. All right.
And we entertain this.
Da-da-da!
Today, we're discussing news and reviews. But before,
Don't sound too excited about it.
like I said, I gave it all in that last episode. You
Oh,
know,
I should have did a Gandalf one.
for being such a big dude, you do have a lot of energy. I mean, it's impressive.
It is.
Well, it's reserved for when I need it.
You're like an energy vampire, like from the.
He doesn't
What we
eat
do in
for
the shadows?
sustenance. He eats for the sugar rush.
Right.
What we do in the shadows, just
Yeah. What we do in the shadow.
drain it away.
I'm just like, hey, being around him, man. I gotta lay down.
It's not as intense, but he's like, what's his face from The Mummy, where he's like sucking the energy and life out of people.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah, that's what it feels
Maybe
like.
that's why my wife is always so exhausted.
you just take the energy
Has
out.
nothing to do with the kids. It's just me.
Mitch is just bouncing off the wall. Woo!
That's what she does me. It's like raising three kids.
All right. Well, before I do my punishment review on The Shadow of the Cat, a 1961 classic. Mitch! Social media.
Well, you can go to entertainthispodcast.com, which will take you to our Facebook group and page. You also go to our Twitter/X, which is @thisentertain, our Instagram, which is entertain.this, our TikTok and our YouTube, which is entertain this ! And the Planet X Network. Thank you for listening.
This is my TED Talk.
Yeah, I feel like you guys dumped all your energy in the last episode.
Remember to like and subscribe.
Just do the whole podcast, Tom. You got this. All right. Shadow of the Cat, go.
Hayden can't be. I didn't watch it. It's your punishment.
All right, so I watched The Shadow of the Cat, a 1961 British horror film directed by John Gilling, and it was a Hammer film, believe it or not.
Oh, was it?
It was.
Hammer film. Was
It
that?
was
They're a renowned horror movie.
Oh,
Like
okay.
every Dracula movie
Oh,
and sequel you could think of, they did it.
This was released as a double bill feature along with Curse of the Werewolf, so I'm sure they put this first so people had to get through it.
Just get this out of the way.
Yeah, it got I think IMDb has it like a 6.5 or something like that. That's probably about fair. That's probably what I'd give it. But here's the premise of the movie. An old lady is reading Edgar Allan Poe because it's a horror movie and it's in the 60s, and she's doth quoting the Raven and whatnot. And all of a sudden, a creepy man comes in and she identifies the man who's got a hammer in his hand and doesn't seem to be bothered by that until he starts bashing her brains in.
Hello, serial killer.
Pretty much, he's just like, "Oh, it's you," and then she turns back around. Then you just see him swinging for the fences.
Ah, Mr. Willsby, you're here to fix the fence.
Yeah, and it's funny because you can tell it's a prop because he's like wailing on her and she's just like rolling on the ground like, oh. He's putting all of his shoulder into it, and there's no blood. At first I was like, is that an axe? What is that? Because it's very blurry. I'm watching this, mind you, on the Daily Motion. Which is like
wow,
which is like Al Jazeera's YouTube. So
third world YouTube channels.
I barely got away. Like, so there's a remake of this movie in the early 2000s with El Machete. What's his name?
El Machete.
Yeah, what's his name?
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that his name?
It's just Machete.
Oh, whatever. Well,
but so if you ever go Machete.
So there's a remake for that, and I was like, "Is this the one that Tom meant?" And then I saw that you put the year in there, and so I Googled it with the year, and I had to do some deep dive to find it, but I found it. And the thing about Daily Motion, I'm gonna get off this Daily Motion soapbox here in a second, is it like randomly pauses on its own, like every 15, 20 minutes.
To make sure you're still watching.
And the movie is
like, hey, you want to go to the bathroom? You get something to drink?
No, it's just like, it's surprised you're still here, to be honest with you.
No one's been on this website for this long.
Right. The thing about these old horror movies is that it's an hour and 15 minutes long. A lot of nothing happens. So you'll hear like static silence of people like lurking in the hallways and creeping around. And so like, I'll just look away, play
Like
on my phone.
it's almost like record static.
Right. And then like, it'll be 12 minutes before I hear a line go by or something like that. And I look back and somebody's frozen in frame like that. And I'm like, you have to think too, like, is this more movie stuff that they're doing? Like, are they holding on this guy's goofy face for a minute?
Like
No.
it just like, and it's like quick cuts to like two people suddenly standing there. And it's like, investigator Carruthers, you're here to investigate the matter.
Right. So no, it's just Daily Motion's screwed up. So, then you have to, and I can only play it on my phone because I can't find it on there's no app for Daily Motion on your TV. So,
even if there was, would you even want to download it?
I would, just so I don't have to sit there and hold my tiny phone, like, because I'm blind, 6 inches away from my eyeballs. All right. So, anyways, so she gets her brains beat out, and then they like her husband and the guy was the butler. They live in a swamp somewhere, and
In England.
And then the maid, they all like, yay, she's dead. So they take her and they bury her. But then the husband realizes that the cat has witnessed this murder. And he's very mad about that. He's like, we must kill this cat.
Who's the cat going to tell?
I know. That's the problem with this movie. The whole movie is them trying to kill this cat. And if they just left the damn cat alone, they would all be alive.
So does the cat just like get troubled and just like goes like full Macaulay Culkin, like Home Alone on him?
Absolutely not. They chase this
That
cat.
would have been a way cooler movie.
They chase this cat all over the place and then fall like stupidly and die. Like one lady falls down the maid, she falls down the stairs and dies. Like the husband, he has 2 heart attacks whenever he sees the cat. He's just like, oh! And then dies.
The cat just does like the dramatic dun dun dun. And he's like, oh.
He's so upset about this cat that it just overwhelms him and he dies.
They just don't shoot it?
That's a good point. It's England, so I guess they didn't have guns. I don't
No,
know.
they had guns. They were renowned hunters back then. They would have had a shotgun afoot.
Apparently, they had a big swamp because the cat like
Definitely
lures the butler into the swamp, and then he like falls into the mud, but you can tell it's not deep enough for him to like fall in.
So he's like dropping to like a knee.
Yeah, and he like puts it over his face, like. So it's pretty bad. Yeah,
Is it in black and white?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
and it's very dark. You can't really see all what's going on, but they light the cat pretty good. It's a cute little cat. And then like the true story is they murdered her because she wrote them out of their will and put it to her like niece, which is her name is Beth, and she's the good one, so she gets like all of her inheritance. I don't know why.
I've been working here for 38 years.
So the husband makes a fake will and like forges her signature or something, but he can't find the original will and the cat because those are the 2 things that could make his whole plan fall apart. I don't know why.
The will is hidden in the cat.
Well, it's actually hidden. It's actually hidden behind a portrait of the cat in the attic the whole time. I know.
Just burn the house down.
So
it's surely hidden in there somewhere.
she shows up and she's like, the moral compass of all this, and the cat loves her, and I don't know why. I don't know what's going on in this movie. You know, people are dying because they're just determined to kill his cat. Like he hires a couple people to come and kill the cat, and they trap it. You know, instead of killing it right now, they decide to take it out to the swamp, and then that's when the
you can. This is England back in the day. Like you could just kill it, and like no one's gonna ask questions.
No, they didn't think that far.
Like the cat inspector, is it gonna show up?
Well, so like a cop or a constable shows up at one point, and the Beth lady is like, I don't understand why they want to kill this cat so bad. And then and the constable's like, clearly because they're guilty. And then
obviously,
and then the cat knows something. So I don't know. Like it's such a loose plot device that doesn't hold together at all.
No.
So I thought, like, since they were reading Edgar Allan Poe and it's about a scary cat or something like that maybe it was an Edgar Allan Poe story that was just I've never heard of before. No, it's not. It's just some weird.
It's a cat who witnessed a murder and futile attempts to kill the cat that result in their own demises.
I think that they were like, we need to have 2 movies. So we got Curse of the Werewolf, but
look, you guys are all under contractual obligation to do one more movie, and we got like a weekend.
We got to crank it out. So they did, because it's all on location.
A weekend and no budget.
And it was all at this one house, at this mansion or whatever. And
where they film all the other ones.
It wasn't very good. So, but it's got a corny kind of nostalgia vibe. The way they talk to each other. I got to kill a cat, or else all of the woven tapestries will unravel and our secrets will be given away. And you're just like, who talks like that?
It's like, where's like a normal person goes like, yeah, go ahead, ask the cat. Yeah. Ask the cat what happened. See, you got nothing. I want a lawyer.
It is funny, like the husband who's dying in the bed, like he'll be laying there and he's just like shivering, and you hear like, he's like, oh, did you hear that cat? Is it here? So,
it'd be funny if like the end was the cat like beating him to death, but it's just the cat doing the just like on the pillow, just swatting him on the forehead.
Yeah, the end is they all die except for Beth, who marries
the constable.
No, she marries a writer that's like in and out for. He's purely there for like a love interest purpose. His character doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, take me away from here. And so they just go off into the sunset, and then a new family shows up, and they're already like plotting and scheming how to get each other's money, and the cat's just watching.
Like, not again.
The cat's like the best tax money agent out there. He's gonna get justice for those who need it.
Cat man.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was dumb.
That sounds like a stupid movie.
This is a really stupid movie, but it was kind of funny to see them. And like, you could tell that they had a tether to the cat to keep it on place. So like the cat would like just randomly try and jump away. There's like a fishing line that
like no.
Yeah. And there's one where it was like on a bookshelf with like a lot of glass bottles, and it's the 60s, so they can do whatever they want to an animal. So this dude's like trying to beat the cat, and missing, but exploding glass all over the cat. And the cat is losing its mind on camera. And you're like, no, the poor cat.
Mittens, no.
The cat's name was Tabitha in the movie, and Bupkis in real life.
Bupkis.
So,
Bupkis.
Celebrity cat.
Bupkis, no.
There you go. I give it a 6 out of 10.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Welcome to the movies.
Enjoy the show.
Who had movies?
I did.
Oh, look at there.
I gotta keep going, don't I? All right. I watched Hypnotic, a 2023 American mystery action thriller directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Was it Hypnotic?
No.
Was it a thriller?
No.
So, like, this movie had kind of a... I don't know how to say it without saying it. It had, like, a cringe kind of production quality to it. And I was like, it's not bad, but it just doesn't feel right. And then I didn't understand why until it said, directed by Robert Rodriguez at the very end. And I was like, there it is. Yeah.
Well, see, this movie supposedly was in theaters, but I have never seen a trailer or heard about it until it popped up.
Me neither. It made a whopping 8.7 box office million.
$8.7
million box office off of a $65 million budget. It was directed by Robert Rodriguez and co-produced by his two sons, Rebel and Racer Max.
Those aren't real names.
Those are real names.
Racer Max.
Yep.
Bull.
Rodriguez produced, co-shot, and edited the film, which is a terrible idea if you're a director. And his sons did. Rebel did the music, and Racer Max was a producer. It's just like, I'm a part of this movie too.
It's like two like dopey sons who were like high on coke, just do the thing.
We'll be right back.
Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favorite podcast app now.
It starred Ben Affleck, Alice Braga, who looks great. She's like in her 40s now.
I don't know who's that.
She's bathing in virgin blood. So,
like Madonna.
Yeah, then a bunch of other people you haven't heard of except for William Fichtner. If you saw a picture of him, this guy. He's like
He's
like the bad guy in every movie you forgot.
He's in like you just see him and like he just pops up and go, I know that guy.
Every movie you forgot.
It's true because you see him, you're like, I've seen this guy.
Because he's the bank dude at the beginning of
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Yeah. He's the quarterback in The Longest Yard.
He's
remake.
He's like the bad guy that's helping Shredder in the new Ninja Turtles.
Is he really?
Yeah, something like that.
He's like some dude they rob in Heat.
He was in Invasion, Prison Break, Crossing Lines, Heat, Contact, Armageddon, Perfect Storm, Go, Crash, Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, that's right. Black
Knight.
Hawk Down.
So, yeah. You're like, oh, wow, I remember that guy from
I
something.
mean, he's a busy actor. Just nobody knows who he is.
He's, I guess, the main bad guy. I don't know. So, the plot of this movie is, it's hard to explain.
He's like frustrated he has to explain it.
And it's like Robert Rodriguez's attempt at like an Inception-esque movie. Complete with like the folding background over the top, but it's really low budget. It looks really bad the way they do it. So yeah, and imagine Robert Rodriguez writing an Inception script. It's exactly what this is.
What other things is Robert Rodriguez known for?
He did Alita: Battle Angel, which is probably his best movie, I'd say.
I'm about to say that was a good one.
Yeah, and then he did Once Upon a Time in Mexico. And,
that's not bad.
Desperado. But then he did like Spy Kids.
Oh, all right. All right.
Yeah, he's got a cheesiness that I don't know.
Just won't quit.
Like it works for like Once Upon a Time in Mexico because it's got that grindhouse kind of feel. But for something cerebral like this, you're just like, who says that? Who says these stupid lines?
Ben Affleck.
Well, yeah, and so I felt like Ben Affleck is going the Bruce Willis route where he's just like, I'll take anything right now. But then it must be like Robert Rodriguez. I hear he's a good guy to work with. Mm-hmm. So, I'm sure Ben Affleck was like, I got nothing else going on.
He can't be hurting. He got back together with J-Lo, and he's coming off of Batman money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's no Matt Damon now.
I don't know. J-Lo's got more rings, I think, now than Tom Brady.
But, like, as a filmmaker, I would say Ben Affleck is a better filmmaker than Robert Rodriguez.
Yes.
So
they should have gave the story to Ben and just been like, you just sort that out.
Yeah.
We'll pay you the money.
But, okay, so he's a cop. I don't know where. Someplace.
Boston.
It might be L.A. But he and his partner, well, so he's, like, in a counseling, like a therapist place, and he's getting released back to duty because he lost his daughter recently. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Tom Cruise in Minority Report, like, that she's just gone, and he can't explain it. And so he's back to duty. They immediately go to a bank robbery where that bad guy shows up, William Fichtner. And he just can go up to people and be like, sure, it's hot today. And then just be like, oh, my goodness, and start taking their clothes off and, whatever. And he'll go to cops and say, like, whisper something, and they'll turn their guns where he wants them to. So you can control everybody.
Okay.
And it's a very, like a cheap plot device because, you come to find out that Alice Braga is also a hypnotic, and Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, the other one, he gets a plot device that leads him to her, and she explains him this world of hypnotics, and they try to world build for a little bit, and then she's like, "Let me show you," and she tells this guy to sit down, and he does it. You're just like,
that's a little weak.
yeah, you're like, yeah, but they're actors, So
They have to do that.
yeah, and
Paid actor.
Ben Affleck's like, "Whoa, I can't believe he did that." Like, well, he did it. He sat down.
I just made him.
Yeah. So it's kind of silly, and then it goes out of control. You find out crazy things about the characters and what is happening is not happening. And I don't want to spoil it for you because maybe you want to watch it if you like Inception-based movies, but maybe the listeners do and stuff like that. But if Inception's a 10, this would be a 6. So yeah, I didn't think that it had intelligence enough to go to where it's going, and when it gets there, it feels like it copied somebody else's paper. So
This is just plagiarism. The movie.
yeah, I mean, like it didn't feel like as
Earned.
yeah, So 6 out of 10 for that one too. It's good as Strays or The Shadow of the Black Cats. It was not a great performance all around. Every person acted like they can't believe what they're saying. Is what it felt like, and the action was stupid. But because it's stupid, when you find out what's going on, you can kind of see why they would want to cheap it down a little bit. It kind of makes sense, not to reveal too much away, but see it for yourself and you let me know what you think. But yeah, it's a tough movie to review because you can't tell if they're intentionally being bad or if it's just bad. So
It's probably just bad.
I kind of walked away from that. It had a very weak ending too. You're just like, that's it. That's what's going on.
That's all you got.
So, yeah, 6 out of 10.
All right, well.
History began on July 4th, 1776.
Stay thirsty, my friends. Was that like rumbling noise? Was that the Apollo rockets?
I don't know.
You made the soundbite.
I don't remember.
I can't remember what I did the other day.
This was made a while
I'm not
back.
responsible for what I've made.
Anyways, I watched a TV show.
What'd you
or
watch?
Streaming
Mitch?
show on Paramount Plus. I watched Special Ops Lioness, which I had no intention of watching this until my parents were like, "This is a pretty good show." I was like, "All right, what's it about?" And then I started looking into it. I was like, "Oh, that seems interesting." Oh, Taylor Sheridan made it. Yeah, I'll watch it because he hasn't made anything bad, in my opinion, yet. I mean,
Hey, it's like I'd like to interject.
The sequel to what's the one? What's the Mexican assassins called? What are they called?
Mexican Assassins.
Yeah,
You talking about Sicario?
Sicario.
That's
Yes.
like,
The second one was not very good.
I thought it was pretty good. I
I
liked
thought
it.
the second one was good.
You're wrong.
Anyways, he made
My
both.
opinion's the only one that matters. I'm Hayden Brennan.
Taylor Sheridan's made both the Sicario movies. He's made Yellowstone, 1886, 1923, Mayor of Kingstown, Tulsa King.
The dude's just a juggernaut.
2077. Yellowstone 2077.
But anyways, this is an 8-episode series. Like I said, Taylor Sheridan, he's the writer and director. And it's basically this show takes place as a CIA attempts to use female operatives to get close with like the wives and daughters of known terrorists or terrorist affiliates. So they're basically just they recruit people out of like that are in the military that score like exceptional in certain areas, and they just kind of pull them in, interject them into the terrorists like families' lives where they can.
Well, did they ask them
Did they ask who?
if they want to be a part of that?
Well, yeah, they ask them. They ask them like, "Would you want to be part of this?"
I always like that they just assume like you scored off the charts. Here's your first mission. I don't want to do that.
Well, and that's
I want to be a cook.
what
No.
the girl that plays Manila Cruz or Manila Cruz. I can't remember the full name, but it's Laisla de Oliveira. But she
Good job, Mitch.
We got through that.
basically she's like they're going up and they're like, "All right, today's the day." And she's like, "What?" She's like, "I don't know anything about this person." They're like, "That's the point. You're not supposed to know anything because if you go in and you call her by her name or tell her something you don't know that you shouldn't know, you're gonna kind of blow the whole operation." But
I too like to collect.
You are a
ceramic.
level 1 character.
But the show stars Zoe Saldana, the Lesla de Oliveira, Jill Wagner, Stephanie Nur. She's like the terrorist. She plays Alaya, which is like the terrorist daughter. You got Nicole Kidman, LaMonica Garrett, which if you've seen 1886, he's the guy that's with. He's the black guy that's with.
His name is Monica.
LaMonica Garrett.
The law in front of it makes him masculine.
But he's the guy that's with Sam Elliott. And
Okay, yeah.
and then you have James Jordan, which is the guy from 1886 that's the cook.
Never trust a guy with 2 first names.
And then lastly, you got Morgan Freeman. Those are the people you'll recognize.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
But
I mean, basically, she's trying to get close to him, and they have like their own CIA operatives and stuff that are kind of like her backup that are monitoring throughout all the stuff. And as far as like the operation stuff, it's like your typical special ops, CIA mission stuff that you'd see in any other movie. But it does a really good job of balancing.
Are they on computer screens, and every time they open a window, there's a digital sound effect?
Well, no, there's one guy. The rest of them are sitting by with their guns, cleaning and whatever. And there's one guy that has like his suitcase that basically opens up and it's a computer, and he's just monitoring.
Every time he checks his email, it's like,
No,
I hate that about
no.
And there's always like just dudes in the background just cleaning guns, like nonstop. It's like you never see them shoot anybody. It's just like they're good. Like you could stop, put them back together, and leave them there.
Yeah.
No, these guys shoot people. The show does a really good job of balancing the drama, the suspense, and the action. Where it's not like every episode there's a big shootout, but they do every couple episodes they have a reason for being there. As opposed to where some are just like it's either no action whatsoever until the very end, or there's action every episode where the cover would have been blown. But it does a real good job of balancing all that. Also, this show has Zoe Saldana's character called Jo. She's married and has 2 kids, and it does a really good job of trying to show how she's trying to balance what she does while keeping it a secret from them. Like her husband knows that she does stuff for the military and CIA, but he doesn't know what.
He's got like the most boring job in the
No, he's a surgeon.
Oh.
And they show
a foot surgeon.
No, like,
the lamest of the
I
surgeons.
amputated 2 toes today.
No, I mean they do a really good job with them because like he's a surgeon and like he has a good story arc too because he's having to stay home and take care of the kids when he can.
He's a surgeon.
But
why is she working so hard? She's good.
Well,
kick your feet up. Relax.
He's doing his stuff, and he like the first time you see him, he's actually having to explain to a family why they need to spend time with their daughter because she has a tumor the size of a baseball in her head. And it does a really good job of providing the drama on why it's a struggle for them at home between what he's got to do, what she's got to do, and trying to raise their kids. It's a really good show. It's like that's one of the things like Zoe Saldana's character struggles with is because she's got her teenage daughter, she's got her little daughter, and then she's got her husband that she's in and out of their lives.
It's like family drama juxtaposed with like international, CIA stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Because she'll come home and then she'll be called away and have to leave, and then she'll come home and then like they'll call her on her phone, she'll have to leave again.
It's like, I gotta go be friends with my new terrorist buddy. It's for the government.
But Mom, you said you'd come to the dance.
I gotta go save the world.
Well, no, like there's another
I'll
part.
be home for dinner.
No, it's a lot more drama than that. It's because like the little girl or the teenage daughter hates her because she's never around and thinks that she can't just come in and start making rules when she's never there. Well, then she has a big incident that causes them to have to stay, to check in on her more. I don't want to ruin it a bunch, but it is really good.
Long gone are the days of Spoiler McGee.
Yeah.
But like the show, it says they took 7 months to film it, which is pretty impressive for some of the stuff that they've done. They had real military advisors come in that showed them how to kind of maneuver and stuff when they clear houses and things like that.
Have you seen the gun company that does the training for all the John Wick films? Like they'll do like the speed shoots. They have everybody, all these big time celebrities that you would think would be anti-guns and stuff like that are just like eating it up. They think it's like the coolest thing ever.
It's because of the John Wick movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's all that gung fu thing.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, like,
because they posted the one clip of like him like going through with like an AR and like doing like weapon cycling, tactical reloads, and he's just going nuts, just taking out everybody. And they're just like, That's the coolest stuff. Everybody's like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be cool like that.
I mean, it's effective. I think, like, instead of saying guns bad, whatever, all over, it's a staple American feature. You might as well just act responsibly and showcase that kind of mentality behind it. So,
You want to do John Wick or you want to do Alec Baldwin?
Well, and then lastly, like another thing that's pretty cool about the movie is it's because this girl is a Marine that just gets brought in, and she doesn't have any like the official training and stuff like a CIA like spy would. They bring her in, and she struggles like forming a connection and friendship with this other person
because she's a Marine.
that she's supposed to be like
Crayons.
Exactly.
she's supposed to have a mark, be the mark for. She just starts forming a connection with her, so then she kind of struggles with like, manipulating and all that kind of stuff and giving information. It does really good. I got
You want to go swimming?
without spoiling it. It's really good. I was surprised, and I know the show was originally called Lioness, but then they changed it to Special Ops because they haven't
cooler.
Well, they haven't confirmed a second season yet, but judging by its success, they'll probably have one. And with the title Special Ops, like semicolon, and then whatever the word, he can change it.
Scorpion.
Because the Lioness Project is loosely based on something that the military really has, supposedly. And so he can, if he has Special Ops semicolon, he can pick and choose and then loosely base it on another project or something like that.
Special Ops Tigress.
I mean,
Special Ops
Huntress.
but like I was talking about,
Special Ops.
Turtleness.
Poop.
Zoe Saldana's character is really struggling with like the gravity of what her job is, because in the very opening scene, there's a woman that's in this compound that's been basically like undercover, and she's getting on the phone and she's like, well, they saw my tattoo, and she's like, what tattoo? Because like she was supposed to not, she said she didn't have any, and this girl's like, well, I have a cross in my armpit from where my brother died, and evidently she was bathing and another female at the compound saw it. So they're all hunting her.
No.
Well, then she sends
She has a cross tattoo. Catholic!
she sends her team in to go try and rescue her, but they find her beforehand. So her team's like on the helicopter on the way there, and when they realize that she's on the sat phone and realize they've already caught her, she just orders a missile strike and just kills her and all the compound full of people.
Shouldn't have got tattoos.
So
They're of the devil.
I mean, it was pretty cool. So
Well, I look at my tattoos.
So is it like Girl Power, the
No.
movie? No.
no, I mean, that's
Power
kind of
the
what I thought it was going to be, but no, it's a really good like diverse kind of mix of stuff.
That's fun. I'll give it a whirl.
I thought like the guys that played like the special ops, like fighters and stuff that are working with her would just be like background, but they're all pretty fleshed out too. As far as like, they don't all have big backstories, but they all have a purpose for being there.
I like Zoe Saldana. She's like the sci-fi queen of our generation. Star Trek, is she in Star Wars? No, but she is in
Avatar.
She's in
Guardians of the
Avatar,
Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. She's
gonna get in Star Wars.
she's doing good.
I bet you they asked her to be Ahsoka, and she was like,
I'm busy.
yeah. But I like Rosario Dawson. Did you guys see Ahsoka?
We'll get to that in the news.
Oh,
I haven't seen any of it yet, so
it's
I'm waiting for it all to be done so I can
this
just go
last
in one
episode
run.
was wow.
But I definitely give this the show probably 8.5 out of 10. So
This always reminds me of Revenge of the Nerds.
playing the synthesizer.
Booger. I played a game. I played CS:GO,
See us go.
or better known as Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
If you're gonna say go, why don't you just say X instead of CSGO?
Go.
Yeah. Might as well just commit to it.
Or if I go, go.
Yeah.
Scope.
I know
I
exactly.
played Scout.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The 2012 multiplayer tactical first-person. This is the first Counter-Strike game I've ever played.
We're reviewing.
Well,
cutting edge games.
it got updated yesterday.
Tom chose to play this instead of Starfield because he said Starfield looks boring.
It did to me. This is who
It's
makes
coming from the
this?
guy that plays Skyrim.
Yeah, developed by Valve. A lot of people played it.
Skyrim looks boring. I've never played it.
You're boring. Developed by Valve and Hidden Path Entertainment. This is the most recent Counter-Strike. The next one's supposed to come out allegedly at the end of this year.
Oh.
But anyway. But this is what everyone's playing because they're fed up with Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Here we are. Back to Call of Duty.
So, to
How
the
is
time
Tom
I've
gonna
been playing a
talk
lot
about
of it.
Call
I'd
of
never
Duty?
played a Counter-Strike game. I fired it up. It is I tell you what, it's a step back from where we've come in first-person shooters.
Yeah.
Because you got to stop and stand still to shoot.
You can move and shoot.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to hit anything, but you can move and shoot. I started to get kind of decent with it with the submachine guns, but I did a couple casual matches, and like the first game I was in, it was just all bots. I was the only real person.
Mm-hmm.
And I died a couple of times because I just run around trying to figure it out, and I kept trying to ADS with the guns,
Right.
but you can't.
Right.
Unless you have a sniper rifle. I forgot about that part.
Okay.
So I eventually kind of figured it out, and then I started doing Call of Duty stuff to the bots where, like, I'd see one of them in a corner, and I'd run, and I'd jump around the corner while going pa-pa-pa-pa, and actually get somebody. I got blown up a couple times by the bombs on the objectives.
Yeah.
Because it goes, like, it gives you, like, 40 seconds to go defuse it, and it's like beep, beep, beep. And then the last 10 seconds, it's like beep, 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 and you're just like, while you're trying to cut the wires. I got one like with like barely a second left.
That was like a movie.
I know, it was like, like I cut the right. It was like blue, no red. And then I played a couple games where there's real people this time, and I did pretty well. I stayed positive.
Yeah,
but it's just the bizarre mechanic. Like there's so much I'm used to being able to do that taking that step back sucked. Like you can't like you see like there's a short fence between like a pathway. I can't jump and vault over it.
That's dumb.
The graphics the graphics suck. Let's be real. It was 2012. It's still a very popular game, like immensely popular. They still have multiple tournaments.
I have two things to say about this game. One is the only thing that I know about this iteration of Counter-Strike is every time I see a video clip, it's people spawning and just dying because they're being shot from across the map instantaneously. Like didn't
happen to me.
That's how good people are in that game. You know. And two, my experience with Counter-Strike is in like 5th grade when we were in typing class, and the teacher had barely understood what a computer was, let alone no crap. So my typing teacher was the home ec teacher that lost 6 of his fingers, and he couldn't teach that anymore. So they're like, typing class would be a good class for you to do, and he and that dude could type pretty fast for having like 3 fingers. You know,
he lost 6 out of 10, so he has 4. Hayden.
Whatever. So you don't count the thumbs. I don't know, but but he would like finger pick it away pretty fast. But he didn't understand like everything about computers. So we would be in the back, and everybody had Counter-Strike, and like girl, boy. It brought everybody together. We were all killing each other in like the LAN Counter-Strike games that we were playing. Didn't learn crap about typing, but the future would solve that.
You learn tactics and battle strategy.
We learned team strategy. We learned who was good and who was dead.
That was like my first real big shooter.
There was a couple dudes I played against too, where like, I mean, not like as soon as you spawn, like the dude with the sniper rifle just like shoots through a wall and nails you right in the face.
Yeah,
good. But there was a couple dudes, like I would jump the corner and start shooting at them, and they'd have like a sniper or like the deagle, and they would just, pop and get like perfect aim.
Yeah.
And I was like, hacker. Aim bots. Losers. It's not bad. I mean, everybody's just playing this because everybody just got fed up with Modern Warfare 2 and all their nonsense. There's a few holdouts who are still playing it. I haven't played it in like 3 weeks.
Careful. We're almost talking about it.
So going to what they're all playing, and it's free on Steam.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot to download. It runs really well.
You're running on your toaster.
Yeah, you probably could, Hayden, with your smart toaster.
I don't have a toaster. I have a little.
How do you toast?
I have an oven thingy, a little rotary oven thing.
Rotary oven.
Yeah.
You have a rotisserie?
Yeah. You put the bread in it, and then it spins it through the little conveyor belt, and it poops it out. It's all toasted.
Poops it out.
So
that highbrow equipment.
Yeah, Hayden has.
And it can run CSG. Go. Whatever it's called.
I just have to like put certain food items on the belt, and that's how it does the movements.
Did you see the video that I sent you guys?
With the fish?
Yeah. It beats Godric. So this dude's just got a fish tank, and it's got it mapped with all the buttons. Mm-hmm. And the fish just swims around, and every time it floats into a button, it'll activate that command into the game. And the fish beat Godric in Elden Ring.
It took me like an hour with randoms who like were obnoxiously powered.
The guy's like in the aquarium, like outside the glass, like, come on, you can do it, come on. And the fish is just like,
Come on, Lieutenant Shiny Sides, you can do it.
I was like, wow, a fish did something that I could not do for a long time.
But CSGO wasn't bad because there's nothing really other than Starfield. There's nothing new happening right now. The only thing that happened is Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah.
For if you had early release, came out today.
Yeah.
If not, it comes out in 5 more days.
Okay. Mitch, you want to talk about Starfield?
I mean, I've been playing it.
Yeah? How many hours you got into it now?
It's either like 16 or 17.
That's it?
I didn't take off a week and a half to play it.
I didn't take off a week and a half to play it. It just happened to come out a week and a half.
Oh, okay.
It just happened to all fall into place that way.
That is some other stuff. But about 3 days.
Jeez.
Yeah, there's some dudes that have like 150 hours.
Well, they don't have jobs.
That probably is their job. But
Play this.
the new Game Plus stuff is pretty interesting. I'm digging that, and what can come out of it. The whole Starborn storyline is pretty cool, and I'm
Like
excited.
Dragonborn.
And it did. I do like that it gives you a reason to play it over.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
without revealing all of it.
it's a fun way to go through it. I think everybody knows at this
Okay.
point. But, did you see the guy that accidentally unlocked a future feature for the game coming out? It's star-based designs. Yeah, he like somehow glitched the game and he's able to design star bases, like in orbit of planets, and
Satellites
stuff like
and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So that's something obviously they're planning on doing.
I haven't even made an outpost.
I did just to get a quest thing done, but I can see like people are super into it because it is just automatic resources and stuff you need, and you can build the best guns and parts for ships and stuff like that in the game.
Now, one thing I didn't know you could do was walk around your ship while you're in space.
You didn't know that?
Not until I started in the middle of a fight.
Oh,
I was fighting someone, and then all of a sudden my guy just gets up while the ship's being shot. I'm like, no, get back in the pilot seat.
we're done here.
It's like, all right, enough of this.
So and
Oh, autopilot.
you can assign your crew and stuff like that in your ship, which is cool because it does make a significant difference if you have somebody that's really good at ballistics or something like that. Yeah, so it's a funny. There's just so much to do. It's overwhelming. So and Tom's gone. So yeah, okay. I guess he's going to the bathroom.
News.
In the world of news, Aquaman 2 trailer just dropped. It did not look very good.
No. I haven't bothered to watch it.
The CG overhaul. I don't know how many times this movie was in reshoots, but it's been a couple times. Apparently, at one point, it was considered "quote unquote" unwatchable, and I think a little bit of that still sticks out because the CG just looks gross. It looks way over the top.
Well, like we talked about, I was like, I understand why they continued with the Flash movie because it could reset the universe. I don't understand why I even bother having this movie.
I don't know either. And they're taking a really weird stance with Amber Heard and all this because they have her in all the press junket photos and stuff like that. And, they're all acting like everything's cool. But they have trimmed her down to like 3 frames in the trailer. You're like, what? Was that her? And they talk about her kind of like in passive. Like Aquaman is married and has kids. And you're like, oh, okay. Who's he married to? So, there you go. This is going to be a stinker. For the last one being like $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
For them to like, I think that's the only reason why it's getting a sequel, but that's not the reason to make it happen.
Right.
If you can see that a movie's going to be trash, you should probably not do it. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of red flags for this movie. One, DC kind of losing its identity recently, and 2, the Amber Heard mess, and them having to recut a lot of that movie to get her out as best as they can, but still leave it in because they don't want to take away from women or something like that. I don't know.
Well, that in the Flash movie retconning it to where basically it's not part of the universe anyways.
I don't know what they're thinking. So stupid pop up just happened. All right. On top of that, Chris Pine.
Chris Bryan.
I was thinking Chris Pratt. Chris Pine had his first directorial debut with his movie that just came out.
I heard it wasn't good.
It's called The Pool Man, and it's doing terrible.
Never heard of it.
I don't know what it's about, but it's got like a 25 right now. So this is probably his last directorial debut. So somebody said, so why is The Pool Man so awful? It comes down to the screenplay and Pine's grating lead performance as a kind of lovable loser that's clearly patterned off of Jet Bridges' turn as the dude in The Big Lebowski. Alas, Pine isn't either of the Coen brothers, with the character insufferable right from the start as he cranks out daily letters to Aaron Brockovich. Okay. That's weird.
Is
random.
being a director really that hard?
I would imagine it's very hard to direct yourself. You know, I couldn't imagine doing that.
You got inner monologue going on with yourself.
Yeah.
Like, Hayden, you got to get it together. I'll let you know when I get it together, sir.
So,
Hayden just like walks with a hand mirror and just.
because like you have to have a level. So I'm trying not to be too much of a jerk here, but like if you're an actor, if you have to have a level of like self-love, you know, to the point, a level of narcissism, let's call it that, you know, to the point
How come
where
you're not an actor?
to the point where like, for one, I'm not good, you know, I'm not narcissistic enough, I guess, you know, to the point where like you're willing to take all the crap and enjoy being the center of attention. You know, I don't necessarily like all that on top of the fact that if you're a director, you have to tell people what they don't want to hear in order to make the movie work.
You're really good at that.
Yes. So
Yeah, you have that.
yeah, I can do that all day long. Now, if you think that you know what doesn't stink, you know, and then you're the person that tells people what they don't want to hear, you're living in like your own crazy fantasy. And I can imagine there's only like one person crazy enough to pull that off. It was Mel Gibson. So, you know,
Because he believed himself.
yeah,
And you know what? He has a good track record.
yeah, yeah. So,
I feel like directing's not that hard.
all right, you do it.
I mean, come on. I mean,
Uh,
I don't have the money or the time.
Okay.
It's just like, you know, here's the screen, like here's the screenplay, you know, here's your actors. Like you read it, you like the project. It's like, okay, I want someone who can be this person. People interview and audition, and you go, I think this guy is that guy.
Well, so directing is taking an original idea, okay, that people who are not even like there on set, but was their labor of love for X amount of time, they hand it off to you. Now you got to take that and then make it work to what you think is the right thing to do, but still be respectful to those people and the people that have their own stupid ideas on set in that moment too. And you have to learn when your idea is the best idea and when it's not the best idea, and be gracious enough to accept it. And in the end, none of it matters because it's still going to be whatever it's going to be, and you didn't foresee it happening that way anyways, and hopefully it's better than what you anticipated. So
That just doesn't sound that different. If Clint Eastwood could just like sit there and just go, very good. And then they go through the act and he just goes, that's enough.
Clint Eastwood has 70 years of experience with this. You can't just compare yourself to Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, but that's what he does. Like that was like Tom Hanks' impression. He goes like whatever movie they were doing. It's like he just like sits behind you and he just goes. He's like does like the face. He's like, go ahead.
Just because he makes it look easy doesn't mean it is easy. And to be honest, not all of Clint Eastwood's movies are the greatest. So you know,
I feel like I definitely could have did it better with the first Star Wars movies. Not the original 3, but like definitely what they put out.
Those are their own special crazy basket cases because you know you not only have source material that was completely from somebody else who's not attached to the project
because he sold it.
But you want to be respectful, but you also want to be different enough where it has its own identity. But you also have studio executives that are pressing down on you to push an agenda, and you need to have your own spin to have your own name come
evil B word, Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. So there's that. Like if I won the lottery and somebody was like, "You direct a Star Wars movie," I'd probably be like, "I don't need that kind of drama."
Oh no, I'd be like,
yeah, I'm gonna take the easy part. I'm gonna direct a Darth Vader series.
I'm cracking my knuckles and going, we are
everyone will
doing
love it.
Knights of the Old Republic.
If it's a series, I think you could get away with it because the studios aren't that invested because it's not big movie money. So they probably let you have a lot more freedom like they did, you know, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. So, but yeah, there you go. That's enough movie news.
What you got?
Games. We're just skipping TV.
I mean, I didn't know had to be certain stuff, but
In
I can do
older?
my TV. I can do TV.
California. We're just gonna
Shut
open
up,
with the
bitch.
state of California. Get this ad pop-ups.
Look at us, so prepared.
It was prepared. I had it ready,
Mm.
and then the pop-ups were like, California's massive right to repair law leaves carve-out for video game consoles. So California is actually passing their legislation that any console or electronic that comes out that is priced upon release of being over $100, those manufacturers have to have all the parts to replace it in its entirety and fix it for 7 years.
That's good for the consumer, I guess.
That is good for the consumer. So like, if you have
California actually doing something right.
this is actually like they did something right. As long as when it first hits the market, so long as the device costs $100 or more, they have to have.
You know what's going to happen, though, right? All these big-time video game production studios are going to just move somewhere else.
Yeah,
So that's it.
because there's a lot going on like behind the scenes in video games right now this week. Because California passed that bill, which I mean, obviously, like you said, greatly helps the consumer.
Yeah.
Especially when consoles start to get a little long in the tooth.
But
Like people who still have like an Xbox Series 1 and it's broken and GameStop's like, I'll give you $2.
right.
But you can now, you should be able going forward, like if that happens to you later on, like with like, let's say 5 years from now with the Series X or the PS5s, it doesn't work.
The red ring of death.
The red ring of death, like back in
Those
the day.
days.
But that was something Microsoft took on their own.
They did.
That wasn't had to be legislated. You could just
For
say
a year. Yeah.
No, it was for a while. It was for
like
the life of it.
I got like 2 or 3 that ended up getting that red ring, and they said just send it in, and we'll send you a new one.
Yeah.
So like 2 weeks later, I had a whole new Xbox.
Yeah.
So
So
start your games all over again.
No, you get to keep the hard drive.
Oh,
yeah,
Okay.
you just pop out the hard drive and send it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Because that was a conveniently designed console.
Yeah.
Because there's just a push button and just
Yep.
good to go. But like going forward, like let's say like with the Series X in 3 years, like yours just isn't doing whatever it wants. Microsoft is supposed to have on hand everything to fix it or replace it and make it perfect.
I bet you Xbox will get it ahead of that and be like, yeah, that's a great idea. We'll do it. And Sony's going to be like, no, wah.
Our new show. When now there's other stuff going on. The video game company Unity closes offices following a death threat.
Wow.
So Unity, I think they did Final Fantasy.
No, it's
Unity.
Square Enix.
It's Square Enix. Okay, never mind. They did something.
Okay.
They're a big game.
Uh-huh.
So I'm told. Big game company. Unity engine. Big old games.
Good news there, Tom.
They were getting death threats because they introduced a new policy that beginning January 1st, makers of Unity games, because they sell the softwares and tools and technology for games, if their game, just so I make sure, once it goes past 200,000 installations per user, like, you put out a game, 200,000 people
Right.
download it, or it makes up to whatever amount of money
Right.
that they set forth, you have to pay a percentage of each download after that to them.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that because, like, Unreal kind of has a policy with that, and all these are tools for indie gamers to like basically have some startup, materials to make games. But like the reason why Bethesda is crazy with their creation engine is not just because they made their own game and all of those resources and assets are original to that game, but the fact that there's billions of it. Like you can't count in Starfield like how many different little individual assets there are in that game. And if you want to make a game that's like what's this game coming out called, like Re-Record, where it's a super hyper realistic body cam shooter footage.
Oh, okay.
you know?
Yeah, the one that came out like a month ago.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's out or not, but it's
Well, like the trailer cut.
they use Unreal Engine and all of their assets for that. And, they made it pretty. They made the game look interesting, but that's not their stuff. That's Unreal. So, like, if I loan my studio to you to make a movie and my green screen to you to make a movie out of it, I better get paid for it.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense. I don't understand why people are losing their mind over it, unless they're asking for, like, 95% or something like that.
I don't know the full percentage they're asking for. All I know is a lot of the other bigger gaming companies.
Right.
Because, like, if I'm using your stuff to make my game, like, I'm paying to use the software and all this other stuff. It's like, all right, yeah, it's cool. And it's like, all right, we put out the game. And then all of a sudden it's just like, okay, yeah, like, but if you do really, really well, you got to pay us more money.
Well, it depends on how much money it is, I guess. I mean, if they're asking for an astronomical amount, then yeah, that's worth losing your mind over.
Because apparently a lot of manufacturers are losing their minds because every time someone downloads the game, they got to pay Unity.
I mean, I don't know. I guess cost analysis kind of thing. If you get 200,000 people, you know, and you have to bump it up 20% of what you're paying that company, but you're still like astronomically making downloads and stuff like that. There's a lot of indie games that are doing really well, you know. So if you need somebody else's assets to make it happen, you should probably pay them for it.
I'm looking to see if they put out how much it's going to cost them, like, per download.
I don't know.
'Cause I think I saw in one article it was like, I want to say it was like 20 cents
Per download?
per download.
And if
Has to go directly to them.
Well, I don't know. What's the average going rate for indie games nowadays?
But I mean, if you put out a game that has 5 million downloads, it's going to add up.
Yeah, but
We don't have anybody here
Would you
smart
make-
enough to do that math right now.
would you make that money without their assets? You know? So
But that's like, if I buy a hammer and once I use X amount of nails, or I hammer X amount of nails, now I got to pay you to keep using the hammer?
yeah, maybe. I mean, that's kind of a hard way to explain that. I would do it more like this. Well, first off, let me ask you this: is it retro? Like, if I built a game today, are they saying, okay,
This is going to come into effect January 2024. January 1st, 2024. This is going to be they're going forward.
do I get grandfathered into it?
I imagine everybody would be grandfathered in at this point.
Okay, I don't know.
But a lot of people think this is going to cause some manufacturers to go away from Unity and go to, like, Unreal.
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I have another bit of news, but we'll do you first, Mitch.
All right. Well, any of y'all ever watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the old 90s?
Nope.
Well, that television show, it ended after
Moving on.
I forgot, I think it was 2001 is when the series ended.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now one of the actors that played Spike, which is James Marsters, which was Brainiac in Smallville. If you saw the show The Runaways, he was one of the bad guys in it. There was like one of the parents. They're making an audio drama, which they're bringing back all the actors to voice the characters in it, which will take place 10 years after the finale events, where he basically is an undercover person that's convinced the underworld that he's evil again, trying to uncover some kind of mystery. Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Okay.
Then you have the UFC and you have WWE, and they've both been bought by the Endeavor Group, so now this one group has control of both of those, and they're being controlled by what they call the TKO Group.
Okay.
So now basically Vince McMahon is no longer the top authority for WWE.
Oh.
Because the Endeavor Group owns like 51% of the shares.
Wow.
They have a majority.
So, like, you still have like Triple H and stuff, which used to be a wrestler. He's now like in control of creative. Mm-hmm. But now they've basically bought these, and they want to rebrand them more so, I guess, for the UFC to where it's more grandstanding.
Right.
But basically this Endeavor Group is known for making premium live events like concerts, the UFC fights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they're excited to see what they'll do as far as like making these bigger events, but they're also kind of nervous that, like, you know, WWE's been on the WWE Network or Peacock, and now they're afraid that they're going to be like charging, like they do for UFC, $60 to watch the premium event that you're already watching on this streaming app.
To watch, like, main title card event fights.
Yeah, they're kind of worried about that.
I would never spend that much money.
I wouldn't either.
I'm not into it that much to pay that kind of money to watch.
Every now and then, I would spend like $30 when they were on TV and they were pay-per-view. I would spend $30 maybe every couple of months to watch a certain one, but I'm not spending that much money each month.
That used to be a big thing back in the day.
You also have this guy. Have y'all heard of Oliver Anthony in music?
No.
Well, basically, he's the number one on like the top of the charts for everything. He's like a country singer, but he's a guy that he said he was just singing and people started liking it. So they just,
is he that hillbilly out
Yeah.
of nowhere?
Just that rich men of like Richmond or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like he just put that out.
Richmond, north of Richmond, yeah. But basically, he canceled one of his concerts because he said the venue was charging astronomical prices to go to a concert. He's like, I'm not making all that money, and I'm not here to make that kind of money. He says, I was just trying to sing. Because he says that a lot of his music was to help him with his own depression and stuff like that. So he just sings. And like he's done free concerts with thousands of people at different places. And then supposedly he also turned down like an $8 million contract that somebody was trying to sign. Because he's like, I'm not in it for the money. I just sing because I enjoy doing it. So I thought it was kind of neat.
I bet you all the executive producer people just hate his guts.
Oh, they do, because he's been on like the top of the charts for all the music categories for like 3 weeks now.
That's like back in like the 70s and the 80s, whatever record companies, they hated the Clash because they would, like, their contract specifically stated like all their double albums or whatever special stuff had to go at the same price as regular. So like if like a record cost $7 in 1980 and they put out a double album, it costs twice as much, or if not more, it'd be like $18, $14. They're like, nope, $7, or we're not making it.
And then the last bit of news I have is the Aaron Rodgers injury.
Oh my god!
They built this like it
was literally a repeat of the 1999 Jets season.
Well, they had the Hard Knocks television show, which is focused on the Jets all summer long, and each week it would come out and the Jets this, Jets that, and they were excited because since February, that's what Aaron Rodgers said. He's like, I don't want to play for the Packers anymore. He's like, I want to go play for the Jets, and they were like, this is our season, this is our chance, and the whole HBO series was talking about that. Like, this is their chance to make it to the Super Bowl. This is their chance. He played 4 snaps and then tore his Achilles and is out for the year. And they're like, this is the Jets' curse.
It is. It is. It really is. Because, I mean, the Jets team is very good.
Yeah.
They have a very good running game. They got decent receivers. Their offensive line probably needs a little work now. I'm sure a lot of people were getting yelled at. Whoever missed the block that it cost Aaron Rodgers the season, he's probably – you're fired.
Yeah.
Their defense is fantastic from what we saw on Monday Night Football. But you watch it, and it's just like – it was literally a repeat of the 1999 season because in 1998, Bill Parcells took the Jets to a 12-4 record, their best record for the franchise, and got them all the way to the AFC Championship game. I mean, they lost in the AFC Championship game, I think, to the Steelers or something. I don't remember who they lost. But the opening drive of the 1999 season, everybody's like, this is the Jets' year. Like, Bill Parcells took that team from like 1-15 to like a positive record to the playoffs, then 12-4 to the championship game. It's like, this year they're going to the Super Bowl. Vinny Testaverde blows out his Achilles on the opening drive, and the Jets managed to go like 9-7 or something.
Okay.
I was alive in 1999.
You were. You didn't care then.
No.
Anyways, what news do you have there?
Guess who joined the SAG after a writer's strike?
Don't know.
Margot Robbie. I think it's funny that she did that after her movie is done. It's
like, all right, I need money now.
Yeah, she decided to. It just seems kind of awkward that like
now that Barbie's out and has been out for long enough.
It's blown up. You can get it on streaming now, and she's like, okay, now I'm gonna go join my cause. It just seems kind of shallow.
Pay the writers.
Yeah, I don't know. There is no end to this. There was a little bit of news about the artificial intelligence thing. Basically, Disney and a bunch of other executives are just not budging on that, which does not look good. So, like, they're laughing their way all the way to the bank on that, because it wouldn't take anything to produce, or they probably already have software that could just generate stories for them.
Yeah,
and then they're going to be like, we don't need writers anymore, and that's the end of it.
The writers blew it.
My whole thing is with writers. I mean, I understand they deserve to make the more money, but in the end of the day, if those writers refuse, there's other people that would like to write.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll just find someone else.
There's a talent to it, though.
There is, but
there's enough of it going around. There's not going to be a major shortage.
If they could go to somebody else, they could find other writers.
If you are a producer, a seasoned producer, you're going to want a flavor. You're going to want a style of writing that this guy can do. And, if he's off the table, then you'd be smart to try and work something out and not do your movie with somebody else. But that's not always the way it goes. So.
All right. And before we finish, so anyways, let's talk about the thing that Tom refuses to watch, I guess. How do you feel about Ahsoka?
It's not that I refuse to watch. I don't have Disney Plus.
So that last episode was really good. It was really good. It was a Vader episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Darth Vader or Anakin?
Anakin, but the way that they kind of transitioned it back and forth, and Hayden Christensen killed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like you're like, man,
Where was
he?
this acting in Clone Wars?
And to be fair,
Or in Attack of the Clones.
you know the
I
story.
mean, he was acting. He was portraying the character he was supposed to be at the time.
Yeah,
Whiny teenager.
Well, he also got a page of the script like a day.
Yeah.
So he didn't know what he was acting to. But like the way that they're setting it up, though, curious. It almost seems like they're thinking about going into a different timeline.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I hope so. But yeah, some of the best lightsabers fights, like some of the best acting, and for the first time in a long time, I actually give a damn about what the story is saying to me. And I'm not just there for the pretty lights and scenic stuff. I'm enjoying what they're saying, what they're
Dude,
putting in.
and those flashbacks were pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had flashbacks to the Siege of Mandalore, to the Clone Wars when Ahsoka was a kid.
Yeah.
was
Look
pretty-
at that little girl that played her.
Oh, yeah, she
killed
nailed it, yeah.
That was good. So you kind of see like her going from Padawan to Master. And then when you go back to Rosario Dawson playing the adult Ahsoka, you're just like, man, it all fits so well. Like
Yeah.
how they pulled it off.
So far, you just look at this series and go, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, so there's a 8-minute little documentary called Master and Apprentice on Disney Plus, and it basically talks about how George Lucas tapped Dave Filoni to be his apprentice. And you're like, yeah. And Kathleen Kennedy gets on there and she kind of says her bit, and you're like, get out, Karen.
I'm in charge here.
But
It's
you
like,
know,
get out of here.
but like the way that they set it up and they explain it, maybe they're kind of doing it late, and they're like, we had this planned all along, guys, I promise. But you know, you can tell if it's true.
After a decade of crap movies.
Now, as dumb as it sounds, there was one part that gave me chills.
Yeah.
When because there's a part where basically she's kind of in between the life and death at this moment.
Yeah.
And she's talking to Anakin as like a force ghost or whatever in this other world or that you kind of see. And there's a part where Vader's like, you have one more lesson to learn. He's like, live or die. And he lights up his lightsaber, and she tells him, she's like, I won't fight you. And he's like, I've heard that before. And he starts coming at her. But like you remember when Luke told him, he's like, I won't fight you, and throws his
And
lightsaber
Vader
away?
just goes, you're on what? And just swings like
I
to
was
cut
like,
him in half.
oh, I've heard that.
Yeah. So remember the part where he first fights her and he's got the blue lightsaber?
Yeah.
And then they go through the whole flashback stuff and they come back.
They transition.
And he's
And
got the red lightsaber, and you can tell like he's trying to kill her at this point.
his eyes are that kind of yellowish
Yeah,
color.
He has Sith
They did the
eyes.
yellow. And then you think she's gonna kill him, and her eyes flash yellow.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, what's gonna happen? You're like,
Who's good? Who's bad? I don't know.
But there's like there's one part where he's stalking away and one part where he's stalking towards her where like lightning flashes in the background and he flickers between himself and being Vader.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It's really
Like,
good.
because like he flickers to where it's like it changes his shape and then his lightsaber changes when the light flickers as well.
It's-
That was awesome.
It's really good. Like you're like, just more of this. Come back to this.
Yeah.
Give us what we want. You know.
You know what? I'll log you in. We'll watch it after this because I got a little bit.
Yeah, it's really good. You know, and even like all the background stuff, like that's obviously like the main push of the show. But all the background stuff is really interesting. It's world building based off of the Rebel stuff, which I have no idea what's going on. But it's interesting enough to keep me invested into this, and I'm tempted to go back and watch it all. So, yeah,
Yeah.
not a long episode, but hey, we made it.
Yeah.
All right, well, tune in next time for Lord Entertain This. Goodbye from Mitch.
Bye.
Goodbye from Tom.
Bye, Tom.
Goodbye from me, and goodbye.
Yes.